What is going on, guys? Welcome to Barrookie. In today's video I'm going to show you how to make this awesome gun rack. Let's go! So as it comes to materials, there's not a lot needed here. The only thing you want to have is a dowel of 1 meter long and a diameter of 30 millimeters and a piece of wood that has a length of 180 centimeters by 9 by 4 centimeters. Then you need some plugs, some screws, and you're good to go. We also want to have a big block of 9 by 9 just to make our first jig, which we're going to make now. The idea here is to make a jig that is going to give us a constant angle every single time, and we only need to eyeball it once. So we're going for 50 degrees, so we only need to eyeball this angle once, and then we can transfer the same thing over and over again. So here I'm using a big piece of leftover wood that I got from the reverse hyper video, and I'm going to use that to drill my angled hole. So obviously, if you're making a jig, you first want to test this one out to see if it works, to see how the measurements align and what you need to do to correct them. Where the hole is going to be is not where the jig is going to be, so you have to calculate for the difference, and that is what I'm trying to do and test here. So obviously you see that this test was okay. So now that we have the jig, we're going over to cut the big piece of lumber into 2 equal parts. So my piece here is 4 by 9 centimeters and it is a length of 180 centimeters. So I'm going to cut those in 2 and have 2 equal pieces of 90 centimeters. Alright, so for the hole spacing, I just wanted to have it as equal as possible so that it just looks right. And what I used was, from the top, my first peg was at a 15 centimeter distance, and then every peg was at 20 centimeter distance from the next one. So that's a fair amount of room, even if you have specialty barbells like a Swiss bar, which I plan on getting at one point in time if they restock, obviously. But that's why I left enough space for that type of bars, so this way we keep our jig as versatile as possible. As you can see here, when I'm using the jig, I only barely touch the surface of the wood, but I already make a good indentation into the wood, and that means I can later drill out the holes completely without using the jig. Alright, so now that we have everything drilled and cut to pieces, we want to sand it down nicely so we don't have any splinters. And then I just used a coat of wax just to have it a nice finish and to protect it a little bit better. Now it's time to fit the dowels in. So for the length of the dowels, I only had like 1 meter of dowel length. So I really had to carefully calculate how much I'm going to need. So we're cutting these dowels just with a normal saw, and we're going to place them then into the wood. And what we're going to do next is we're going to push the wood all the way through so that the hole is completely filled. And then the piece that sticks out, we're going to cut off at an angle. That way, we're going to have as much contact surface from the peg to the wood, and we're going to have the strongest connection. Okay, so I left these ones to dry into the holder here. So the goal is now to put this one in place, attach it with one screw that goes all the way through the wood and through the holders here, so everything is going to be nice and sturdy. Obviously I marked the back side of these. I numbered them, so this is the back side, and we should be good to go. Huh. So here we are, we made this awesome gun rack. I'm so proud of it. It's already 2 months in this home gym, and I think it really is useful. It's more useful because you can get closer to the rack, you can unload it, boom, like this, and you can use your barbell. While otherwise you have to stand out a little bit further and you have to really place it very carefully. Now you can go closer and you have more control over how you put this one in. So thank you so much for watching. Hope you got something out of it, and I hope I'll see you in the next video. And also, don't forget to subscribe. Boom!